Cal, it's been a very long time since you were last in action. Just tell us how you're feeling now. You're finally back into a fight week again.
Feeling $1 million. Absolutely over the moon to be back. Obviously, with the current standings in the world and how things are, it's amazing to have an opportunity to make some money and fight and do what we love to do when so many people are out of business. So massive thanks to Bellator for that. I'm buzzing to be back.
This fight has been a long time in the making. Several occasions it was set to take place. How excited are you finally to put all of the talking aside and just get in there with James and get it done on Saturday?
I'm absolutely buzzing, as I see it. Like, it's the opponent doesn't even matter. I'm just so happy to be back. It's been so long and everything's went well this camp. It's been the smartest camp ever. I mean, injuries, stuff like that. I feel $1 million and I'm just buzzing to get back in and finally have a fight. You know, everyone's behind us from the northeast. It's amazing and I'm absolutely buzzing.
James is someone that really seems to thrive off the energy of a crowd, whether it's positive energy or negative energy. The fact that there'll be no one there on Saturday night, do you think that's an advantage towards you?
No, I think it makes any difference. Obviously, once the punches are thrown, it's a fight, obviously. No, it's going to be exactly the same. It's going to be a good, explosive, fast-paced fight for sure.
Gareth?
Gareth A. Davis from the Daily Telegraph. Hi, Cal. How are you doing?
Doing good, mate. How are you?
Good, thank you. Let me just verify. This is the 4th time this has been rescheduled, yeah?
Yes.
How would you feel if one of you didn't feel well or there was a weight cut problem, rather like there's been today with Paul Daly with the event for Thursday? How devastating would it be for you not to be able to fight on Saturday night?
It would be heartbreaking. Obviously, there's so much gone into this, and it's been so long coming. And constantly having the fights with James set up has been something that kind of it's kept me motivated and kept us in the gym. Obviously, I lost my mum when the first one was meant to happen, and obviously getting over that and then moving on. And every time the fight was re-announced, that was kind of what I focused on. So this getting this fight out of the way is like it's more than just a fight for me. It doesn't matter about the opponent. I need this fight, you know what I mean, for myself, just to fight, kind of, you know, just close that all off, that whole part of my life.
Closure on this fight with him, but in another way, he's the only fighter you've been thinking about for, you know, nigh on a year and a bit, you know, year and a half or whatever. So in some ways, have you just got used to him being part of the shadow you're going to fight kind of thing?
Yeah, like it's just been, obviously it's been set up that many times. It's just been like every time, obviously you don't expect the fight not to happen. So it's just been like, all right, I'm just training for the fight again. It's been exactly the same, even though it's been that long. It's just, at the end of the day, it's just been another longer camp, you know what I mean?
And where does victory put you with this? Because, you know, he has been put up there as a bit of a golden boy, sells out in Ireland. They love him as much as they hate him. Where does it put you, a victory over him, in that sense being significant?
It's massive. Obviously, it's the biggest fight in my career so far, you know what I mean? It's in regards of what it'll do elevation-wise. I'm just excited to get it done. I don't really know where it puts us in rankings and standings and stuff like that, but I don't really care. I'm just happy to have a fight and do what I love to do. Fighting's what I do, and I just enjoy it. I'm not really bothered about where it puts us or who it sets us up to fight. I'm just happy to be here.
Sean?
Hi, Cal. How are things? We were speaking at the start of the lockdown over in the Severe Zoom, and you were kind of moving past this. You know, you were kind of like leaving James in the past. Is it a thing of like you kind of did let him down for a while, and now you're kind of getting back into the James mindset? Obviously, fighting him, but you know, everyone's kind of asking you. You've been thinking about nothing but James for the last 2 years. Was it a case of you kind of forgot about him for a while at the start of the year?
No, it's just one of them things, you know, you just get used to it, and obviously it had been cancelled that much that I just thought, like, is this fight going to happen, you know what I mean? It felt a bit cursed, like, I was like we've both trained so hard every time, and it's like, you know what I mean, like, you put that much into the camp, and you time away from your family and stuff like that, and it just got a bit sickening, obviously, each time when it wasn't happening. So I was just ready to say, like, if there was someone else, I was like, I'm happy to do whatever. I'm not bothered about opponents, as I say. I just want to fight.
We spoke to James earlier on, and he was, we asked him, "Are you kind of happy to get it over and done with this fight?" And he was saying, "No, he was looking forward to this matchup now." Where you said there a minute ago, you want to get it over with. Is that because of just the constant barrage of media and James talking as well coming into this fight?
No, I enjoy that. That's part of it. You know what I mean? That's what builds the fight. That's why people are interested in the fight. The reason I want to get it over, it's been that long since I've fought, and as I said, it's something that I used as a kind of tool to deal with coping with losing my mum, you know what I mean? So to me, I'm not really asked. Obviously I've got so much support from back home now. It just feels like every time they've been invested in me and promoting me and helping me, I feel like I kind of owe to them and me in Northeast Jiu-Jitsu and TFT and my family just to have another fight and show them that how hard I have worked.
Nathan?
Hi, Cal. How's it going?
You all right?
How did you find preparing for a fight, kind of with the current situation, lockdown? Were you based in the Northeast the whole time during summer months, or did you move around, or how did you find it?
Obviously, it was a pain at the start because our gyms were one of the last places to open up. I mean, people, the regions were training way before us, and so that was a bit of a nightmare. So it was just me and Ellis, really, me and Ellis Younger grappling all the time. BJJ brown belt world champion, is phenomenal grappler, and every day just putting the work in. And then obviously TFT and Northeast Jiu-Jitsu could open back up, so then it was just back to regular training. So used running and cycling and stuff like that to keep us busy as well, and sorting out our own little strength routine. So it was a blessing in disguise. I mean, I evolved so much in the time that the lockdown was on that it's night and day the difference from me and then, you know what I mean? So it was a blessing in disguise. The lockdown, I really got some good training, so that was it.
And just lastly for me, I was listening to an interview James did last week on Irish radio. He was talking about how much he's watched you, and his opinion was you haven't changed at all as a fighter from when you started. You haven't developed. What would your thought be on that? Saturday
night we'll see. To see I haven't evolved, I've changed is a massive understatement, and everyone will say that on Saturday night for sure. I haven't fought in that long, and people have seen footage from me from nearly 2 years ago, and if they think that's the same fighter, then they're going to get a big shock.
Lenny?
Oh, sorry, I had my mic muted. How's it going?
How's it going, Lenny? All right?
Yeah, so entering this fight, you have 3 wins in your last 4. How is the momentum heading into this fight this weekend?
Momentum's good. I mean, obviously, I've had an amazing camp. Evolved so much in the time of the lockdown that at the minute I just feel bulletproof, and I'm just absolutely on cloud 9. I couldn't be happier to be here. I mean, weight cut's going great. I feel amazing, and I'm just happy, man. It's one of them things. I mean, how many people get the chance to get taken to another country just to have a fight with somebody? I mean, it's the stuff you dream about when you're a kid. You know what I mean? So I'm on cloud 9 at the minute.
Just a few more questions here. Jake Jones.
All right, Cal, Jake here, mate. Although we can't see it at the moment, I'm loving your Bronson look now. A couple of questions from me. So now, one thing I love to talk about is you are 6 foot for the 135-pound division, and that is huge. Now, James struggled against Bandeas, who's a similar guy of a similar build, tall and slender. Is there anything you took from that fight, and is there anything you're going to be looking to capitalise on?
No, not really. I mean, obviously, we'll have game plans and stuff like that, and you try and stick them. But I like to get in, and I just like to feel the way the fight is and fight. You know, obviously, you see me fights. I just like being in there. I like being in a dogfight. But we have got certain stuff we're going to work that we've put in, especially for this camp. But no, it's a fun fight, and I'm ready to show a whole new aspect to me.
Andrew?
Hi, Cal. Initially, when your fight in Dublin was called off, you and James were quite respectful to each other. Again, when this fight was made, that just seems to go out the window. What is it about James that kind of winds you up and brings out this side of you?
Nothing. Literally nothing. It's just one of them things, you know. If you act a certain way with me, you're going to get acted a certain way back, you know. You play silly games and you get silly prizes. That's the way it is. And I'm the same with everyone, you know. If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. If you're a dick with me, I'm going to be a dick with you. And that's just how it goes,
James?
Hi, Cal. How are you doing?
Hi, mate. You all right?
I'm good. Just one thing you spoke about, a big change you've made from your last fighting is the nutritional side of things. We can see from pictures on Instagram the difference from your last fight to now. How much of an effect has that got leading into your weight cut?
Oh, everything. I mean, if people knew the amount I cut when I fought Nathan Grayson, they wouldn't believe it. It was the Yoel Romero level cut, you know what I mean? And I was a skinny guy and didn't have much muscle then at all. And now I'm way lighter than what I was then, and I'm way bigger. It's just a massive change. My energy, everything about it, everything about the camp was completely different. I feel so big and I feel strong at the minute. You know, I feel super fit. I feel everything's good. And normally at this stage of a fight camp, like ready for the fight, I feel like you get a bit sore from the cutting the weight and stuff like that. But at the minute, I'm bouncing. I mean, I just did loads of rounds of pads earlier. I was skipping shadow boxing and I just felt mint. You know what I mean? I didn't want to stop. I'm going to go and train again later. I can't wait.
And just to follow up on that as well, when you're feeling that good and the weight cut goes well, how much confidence does that give you stepping into that cage?
Unbelievable amounts of confidence. The self-belief I've got in myself anyway is always high, massive, and now it's just going to be even bigger. I'm really looking forward to Saturday night just to get in and have some fun.
Final question here, Jake Smith.
Jake Smith from Fight and Talk. Hi, Cal. Cal, look, you've spoke about it. You have had so much go on in your personal life outside of MMA, in that this James fight is to close that chapter. How different has it been for you to be able to focus on the fight, just purely and solely on the fight this time round, compared to the last 3 times you've been matched?
Yeah, it's been way better. It's been way easier. I mean, like, we've had no distractions. We've had an end goal in sight, and we've just been able to just grind. You know, we've just been able to just get behind closed doors and just do everything, and no distractions, and just work and evolve and fix holes and just enjoy training. I mean, normally, you in your camp, you've obviously you're eating less and stuff like that. You normally don't enjoy it as much. Whereas this time around, like the whole camp, like every day, I'm waking up and I'm buzzing to get in the gym, and I was training on the night, and then I was like, well, I've got the energy. I'm just going to go and running, and that was pretty much every day. You know what I mean? Like my energy levels this camp has been completely different, and my motivation and self belief's just been on another level. So I'm just absolutely buzzing, and I think that what maybe had an effect by the lockdown. You know what I mean? Maybe that was what helped us have that extra push. I don't know, but it was just I've just had a main camp, and I'm so excited.